An evidence was presented in the coroner, a factual information, and it was omitted by her, and which, if that was considered, that would have changed the hand of things. And as a result, it was not. And then that's a good case. But from where we are right now, like the way you see, you oversee that coming. I don't oversee that. But anyway, let me jump into the case. I will be playing the audio I have here and put one or two things together. But again, as I've said, I analyzed before in the past, and I said, well, but it's in trouble. Like, and people think it was out of hate, and I'll just buttress those things. I buttress it, and when I fully wake up, I think where I have full energy, I will now address it the right way. I've been busy up and down since tomorrow. There's no movement in Nigeria. Sorry, I say Nigeria in Lagos State, Charlie. Lagos. What concern the whole Nigeria concern Lagos State? There's no movement in Lagos State until 4 p.m. So I had to go up and down. While all the inquest, everything was going. There's election. Yes. Let's play what we've got here first to start with.
Alright. So, like I said earlier, for those who are just joining us, the magistrate read, all the witnesses' statements. There are about 17 witnesses that was upheld. And we have Baba Mohbad, we have Mama Mohbad, we have Wunmi, we have Prime Boy, we have Spending, we have Darosha, we have Adura, we have the Kuramed Hospital and Perez Hospital. We have the police, the two police people. We also have the nurse and Sam Larry Naimali. All of those, their statement that was taken. So she summarized everyone's statement. And like I said the other time, that when she was reading that of Spending statement, it was being mixed up, in the sense that she was saying that Spending, took Mohbad, took Mohbad to her on the bike. That's when I see they carry Mohbad on the bike. She was affirming that it was Spending. She was also saying that Spending put palm oil and salt, on Mohbad's body and all of stuff like that. It was practically like mixing everything up. As a matter, in fact, even Spending himself was even surprised. Like it was like palm oil again. He wanted to even. He went like it's just that nobody can interject the woman. Nobody can interject the woman. She also read that of the nurse, and all the rules that everybody played, in the course of the death of Mohbad. Then her observation, she was giving observation and the verdict of the people. Specifically Baba Mohbad, Wunmi, the mother, and she said that the cause of death, or as far as the coroner court, it is negligence. The notion is that the police should thorough investigation on Sam Larry and Naimali, because she believes that there are evidences that have been tendered that makes it see that Mohbad was bullied, until his death. She also said that the nurse also should be persecuted. That the nurse also should be persecuted based on the fact that she was a quack nurse and she was the one that injected Mohbad, that made him have that anaphylactic shock until his death. So, which means that people like Prime Boy and Spending, and the rest of the people, are not being, maybe they are free because nothing was made mention about them. She also said that Baba Mohbad tampering with Mohbad's body, you know, has made it so difficult to seek justice for the death of Mohbad because he hurriedly buried Mohbad, and for the fact that Mohbad has been on the ground for about 9 days thereabouts, you know, made it very difficult for them to find the real cause of the death of Mohbad. So she also said that the wife also, her silence also is significant. Or let me just say it raised questions for the fact that, you know, her husband is in that position, her husband faced bullying and all of those things, that she could not say anything and she would not talk, that she should have kept, you know, a proper record and also challenge, you know, the father, you know, why, on the reason why it must have, why should not be buried like that. You know, she said she should have stood her ground, but, you know, she kept silence, and she now said that cultural values or cultural precedents, you know, or activities should never supersede the law. That in the situation whereby somebody died, and nobody that in the circumstances like, you know, like this, that if the person is not learned enough, that they should look for people that are learned in the family to make sure they do thorough investigation on the death and not go ahead to go and bury them. Which means that Baba Mohbad did not get certified, he didn't get certificates, you know, to he didn't get he didn't get the certificate that Mohbad died. Nobody certified him dead, you know. That's what it means. But the fact that there was no certificate issued and all of those things, it means that nobody certified him and he just carried the body and go and bury like that. So which means that who was tempered. So which means that he tempered on you know, evidence. So then he said that Wunmi, okay, I think that was what he said. He now said, you know, family, you know, negligence, family lack of care that failed Mohbad. Then the medicals also failed Mohbad, and people around him also failed Mohbad, in the sense that he was being bullied, and when he needed attention, he needed time, you know, for healing and all of those psychological trauma and all of those things, that there was no prompt attention on him. So that is, you know, what she said as regarding that. So in other words, the case, I don't know, the DPP will just go ahead to prosecute the nurse, and if possible do thorough investigation on Sam Larry and Mali in the case of that bullying. So that is just a brief summary of everything that happened in court today.
Thank you so much. Guys, I hope you've given your own support. It's not easy. Kekran was there since morning. Thank you. Thank you. Any question to Kekran? Any question or any contribution? And please, one by one. Any question or any... All right. I'll be saying that tomorrow now I'll go analyze this case. I was saying I will analyze this case tomorrow. But anyway, since I already mentioned it, let's see some lines of actions. Let's see some lines. Yes, you guys, you will recall Papariano. I've always been on top of my voice. It is going to over 2 years now that you'll always hear me screaming, shouting, from reading the laws to telling the lawyers what to do, crying, shouting, feedback, what happens. In return, I get insulted. And the point, I get labeled to be against the press of justice. Like as I said today, I was also one of those who predicted the outcome of the corona. I said we're looking forward for medical negligence and anaphylactic shock. That is what we'll have in Mohbad medical certificate, and that is what we represent officially. By now, every media blogs, everything's supposed to be updated. If you type what killed Mohbad right now, you should be seeing medical cause of death. Yes. The first thing that we can all cite here, okay, if anybody wants to blame anybody, they will say I have come with trouble again. If there is one person here to lay blame upon, the one person to lay blame on, oh my God, we have Lulu on the platform. What? Hello? Lulu? Guys, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Where are you coming from? Long time. Anyway, yes, this is one of our number one long time ago. Yes, if you don't know this account, maybe you're not an OG. How many of you remember this account? Guys, I want to know those of you who are old in this case. How many of you remember this account? Comment section. Richie, do you know this account? Richie, are you there? Nope. I want to see the new face. Those who are new. I do.
No, sorry, I couldn't remember. Remember, I joined in was it May last year?
Tribe of Judah. Lulu is Wunmi supporter. Really? No. You don't know Lulu. Tribe of Judah. Do you know Lulu? Are you sure? Do you know Lulu? Chantal, do you know Lulu? Oh my God, these ones, they know Lulu. Wow, anyway. Good time to be back. Good time for us to say. I don't know whether you were passing by. I eventually saw what we are doing, but you're welcome. We still have your space here. Lulu is one of Papayano's biggest gifter in J4M. Yes, one of them. No, they were here since September 2023, supporting back and forth, morning, night, evening. Oh my goodness. Like, we give it to all of you guys. You guys not too much then, not too much respect. Thank you so much. She's not a Wunmi fan, no, and she can never be. You see how far she used to fight for Baba Mohbad then? Like, it's not easy. But at the end of the day, the man disappointed everyone. So, like I said, there's one problem here. The first big problem that we have to first circle out. The first big problem here is going back to what I analyzed then, which I quoted section 48, the Corona State laws, that says you must not bury anybody until you have established the cause of death. Now, anybody can say the only person who obstructed justice is the person who instructed for Mohbad's quick burial. Go up, come down. You see, that toxicology and autopsy that Mohbad father went to do, that he didn't take serious, that single act destroyed the whole of justice. And that single act even put him himself in a very big problem. If anybody really would want to test the arm of the law right now, and they institute a petition demanding his immediate arrest for his reckless action on burying Mohbad, on that condition, I swear the law will pick up against him. The law is not the respecter of anybody. He will be picked up. If anybody wants to go that route, I'm telling you guys things that are obtainable by law. Same way, I've been the same person you're telling you what is obtainable. Because I know what is obtainable. I told you guys I had to go study law courses because I need to know what is obtainable. There is an offense here. And that's why I said, unless justice is tampered with enormous mercy, if justice is tampered with mercy, then on that ground, we all know that they are having mercy on him. But it's not like that. There's no mercy. It's difficult. You understand? The only right thing to do right now, anyway, we'll come to that. So, one thing for you guys to all catch, right? VDM has spoken a lot. Very Dark Man is saying so many things, right? Yomi Fabi is also saying so many things, right? Everyone is saying so many things. But I want to tell you something. There's only one single act that destroyed everything. The reckless autopsy and toxicology conducted by the father of the deceased. That particular bingo, that particular corner point, like it conditioned everybody. That means to say, right? That means to say we are in a very tight condition. And if eventually any video surfaces from anywhere that shows that Mohbad was murdered, was killed, I swear by myself, I will come for Joseph Aloba. Because I will know that they tried their best to destroy everything, but yet it surfaced. Let them just pray, right? That nothing comes for us to see what killed Mohbad. Let everything just go like this. If it goes like this, then we'll just say, yes, they successfully, they've planned everything, they've destroyed everything, and it's go like that. So if you have some persons believing on Very Dark Man, saying that Very Dark Man is going to do something, believing that, yes, something will come from Yomi side. If you're still having those beliefs, yes, until we have something comes, then we will see what direction the case wants to go. But left up until now, as it stands, there is no real evidence, real physical evidence convincing enough to change the condition at which we are into right now. What is the condition we are into right now? The condition we are into right now is that there is no evidence. The only available evidence is what has been said by the nurse herself, that she injected Mohbad. And after injecting Mohbad was shaken. And then from there, he had an anaphylactic trigger and he passed, he lost his life in that process. So far, that is what we all have at hand. Nothing anybody have. The 3-second video Yomi Fabi is, the 3-second video is preaching. Yes, we join him in preaching that. We hope something comes out of it. But as we speak, make no mistake, forget about all the side talks and all the emotions and all those things, right? There's actually nothing so far on ground to unturn this decision. If there's anything, right, you have to be quick. Don't forget, an official certificate. In fact, right now we already have an interim report or interim certificate of Mohbad. Judging the time. An interim certificate of Mohbad supposed to be ready already before the pronouncement of that result, if possible, which will now be sent to the population center where they used to issue birth certificate or death certificate. And anybody that owns that one, Wunmi can have a copy, Mohbad father can have a copy, any of the family can have a copy, which they will now use that copy to access Mohbad property and vice versa and go and continue from there. So, I said the father burying Mohbad. It's not out of hate. Please, guys, listen. Baba Mohbad doing his own autopsy and saying inconclusive. It's the biggest problem ever. I was saying some things then that Baba Mohbad, you are the last person that will conduct an autopsy on Mohbad that will come with inconclusive. There are so many evidence on Mohbad body that you can even come and mention, all right, and that will create the impression. You see, it is one thing for you to bring a result by Mohbad and for the court not to accept your result. There are possibilities. There are times where you bring your own result with your doctor, right? They will look into it. They will say, this cannot be true. They will turn it down, you know. But this one, you didn't even bring any result that we can even compete, that we can even contest with, which we can say that yes, like all the blame should be taken off the father. You know why the blames are coming back to the father right now? I will tell you why the blames are coming back to the father. When a person dies, or let's say in this case, let's assume a person was killed anywhere in the world. If a person is killed anywhere in the world, what is the first thing that happens? The police, the authorities, they get on site. When they get on site, they do the needful. They cover the site. They protect the evidences. Now, the particular body that was assaulted, killed, they take that body to, they handle it over to the medical doctors. Medical doctors will now go into a process of autopsy to establish what killed the person, which is the most crucial thing in police investigation, especially in a homicide case. In a case of death, the most important thing is having a medical examination. Even if a person was shot with the gun, you know, they will say do autopsy to confirm that yes, truly, that gun was what killed him. You can be shot and escape, and maybe something else happens to you. They must find the cause of death. It's very, very important. In any homicide case, failure to find the cause of death will now give room for the killer to have excuse or to escape. Be following me? So now, it will now be interpreted this way. Though Mohbad's father was not there when they took Mohbad's life, let's even say Mohbad was murdered. Mohbad's father was not there when Mohbad was murdered. He was not in the house. He couldn't have been part of those who killed Mohbad. But later, when he came, his action to going to bury Mohbad, which in the long run is now the reason why both the government autopsy cannot find who actually murdered Mohbad, because somebody obstructed, that means destroyed the possibility of having an earlier autopsy. I used to say these things before, which some of people were arguing, even if the body is 100 years, they will find cause of death. Even the earlier the better. The earlier the better. Because when the body,
Absolutely.
the earlier the better. When a body just dies, you can still see the blood content in that body. You can still see some fluid in that body, which can be used to test and detect whether the person was was affected by any toxins, you know, or maybe the person had a fracture or anything. So there will be a process which will be which the samples to conduct those examinations will be available. But when you bury such body, it's buried, and after some time, right, an examiner now goes into that body. They now try to get blood. They cannot get blood. They try to get any important sample. They cannot get it. All because of who? Those that buried the body horridly. Now, you that went to bury the body, you exonerated the killers. Because the killer could have been detected, could have been caught if that body was not buried. All the blood that was seen in Mohbad house, all right, all those things could have been investigated if that body was not buried. So, going to bury that body hereby cause an obstruction to justice. So if we are hearing that, or if the coroner is saying that they are indicting Mohbad for that single action, that's a felonious offense. It's a serious offense. Just that in this part of the world, we are so much concerned with culture. That's why the coroner even quoted to them. He said that, come, culture, religion does not override the rule of law in Nigeria. So your excuse for breaking the law, there is no excuse for you breaking the law. The law is the law. You better not break the law. There's no excuse. Don't say because somebody was wrong, that's why you went to do the wrong thing. Oh, police did not answer you, so well, you don't have an option. Who tell you don't have an option? Who did you contact? What was the attempt made? You were even advised. You were told by yourself. You debunked yourself. You said you were told to take the body to the police station close to Mohbad house, because that will come against you, Mohbad. They will ask you, because they will not laugh with you. They should indict you in this case. They will ask you, were you ever told by the police authorities to redirect that body back to the jurisdiction or not? Once you admit that you were told, convictions come from there. Do you understand? Because now they will ask you, is your idea superior to a professional idea? A professional is telling you, do this. You, because you are the father, you now carry the body to your own place. You now start going to a place that they cannot even take the body because you don't have what they need there. And then from your own head, you now decide to go bury that star. And then money was given to you guys, and then you guys are now doing nonsense with a human life. You'll be punished for that act. It's a criminal offense. You understand? It's a felonious crime and a serious offense under the law section 48 of the Lagos State Criminal Law. I've overread all these things. That's why you see right now, like, I became more confident. I knew it better because this is the law that governs our state, that governs us. It's something we have to try to know. There's no other excuse. It is the rule of law, right? And the way we say rule of law, yeah, we always worship law. We always look at law as something very big. You cannot live without abiding by the law. You cannot live without abiding by the law. So the law doesn't catch up to you. When the law catch up to you, like, you'll be frankly applied. The law will be frankly applied on you. It's not a respecter of anybody. So be careful. Do not try to bring emotion, culture, all those excuses into law. The law says every Nigerian must be tried by a written law. That is why the law is written. The book is available for everybody to read what the Nigerian government requests of citizens and what they prohibit of their citizens. So if you don't read it, if you don't know it, I didn't go to school, I can't read, I didn't know it.